My name is Jeff Weeks. I'm with EZMRP, and today we're going to talk about the manufacturer's cross-reference in version 24 in the Bill of Materials module. From the main menu, we're going to select the Bills of Materials, and in the Bill of Materials under File Maintenance, we will see that there is a manufacturer's cross-reference feature. Cross-reference reference maintenance screen will come up blank when you come in directly into the module. So what we would want to do is select Find, select our component, and it gives us a little bit of information about our component. It gives us our revision levels, our descriptions, our bill unit of measure, our purchase unit of measure, source code, and class code. Here it is telling us that we have two different records. A number of cross references for this part is 2. We have class code. Part number for class code is CG-SG8899. And if I use these toggle switches in the lower ribbon, I can toggle through the second record, which is standard glass SG-B239876. Now, if I want to add a cross-reference, manufacturer's cross-reference for part number comp-1, I would select Add, which would highlight the button in the Add button red. It would put the focus on the manufacturer's part number. And what I can do is I can select a manufacturer from the list, like Keystone, and I could add a part number, which would be 77-5655, and I would double click the save, and that's very important. In EZMRP, you will find in many places for it to save properly or save the record, you want to double click it. And this manufacturer's cross-reference record will update. Now, there is another way to add. Let's say this manufacturer does not exist in my database. Well, that's very simple. I would just click Add, and I would type in my manufacturer's name. And we will say it's Acme Warehouse 2. I do not have to put in a manufacturer's part number if I do not want to. However, for this exercise, I will. This manufacturer's part number will be 55-777, and I will click Save, and my manufacturer's record has now been updated. And as you can see, the number of records for this Comp 1 item is 4. I have 4 different manufacturers and part numbers for this one component. If I want to delete, I can delete a record. So what I would do is I would bring the focus to the record that I want to delete. And I could do that by using my toggle switches. So we'll just go to the most current, the Acme Warehouse 2, we will delete that. So I would select Delete. And are you sure you want to delete this manufacturer's cross-reference? Yes, I do. Manufacturer's cross-reference record has been deleted. And notice it clicked down from 4 to 3, and it only shows my 3 previous records for this component. Another way to use the manufacturers is through the Part Master. Part Master, in most processes, you're going to find that you're going to be a part master and then you're going to move to the manufacturer's cross-reference. So we put in a link directly from part master to the manufacturer's cross-reference. So I will select part master, and it brings up Comp 1. If I change this to Comp 2, notice when I come down here, I have routings, product structure, and manufacturer's cross-reference. It will carry this record over to the manufacturer's cross-reference. See, it has comp 2. I have 2 records, Mfgrs Mirrors, and the manufacturer's part number for Mfgrs Mirrors is MM-2100X3100, or you can interpret it as MM-2100 by 3100. I can also look at my manufacturer's cross-reference from here, and I can sort it by part number, manufacturer's name, manufacturer's part number, or description. So in this case, I'm going to do it by part number, and I can preview it or print it. And as you can see, it's a very simple report, and it's a report of the entire inventory. So I will exit us back to the manufacturer's cross-reference. So for this exercise, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to add another component, another manufacturer's name and a manufacturer's part number. And this time what I'm going to say is, this time I want to say Mfgrs has 2 different distributors. So Mfgrs Mirrors has 2 different part numbers for this one component. So I can do that merely by add. I select Mfgrs from the list, and I put in their other part number for this component. So I would put 88-2100 by 3100 E. And I would click my save to save my record. And now my number of cross-references for this part is 3. Now, this is very important because this has a direct relationship with your purchase orders. So if I go into my purchase orders module, and I'm going to select a current purchase order just to save us time. But if I go into here and see how we have comp 2 part number here, and if I look, it's vendor part number. So I can go in here and notice if this is a purchase order to Mfgrs, I have 2 different options. And I can tell Mfgrs which one I want them to ship me. So if I look at my purchase order preview, you will see that's a comp 2. I require it on 9/14/2015. Ordering 1,000 cases. My unit cost and my extended cost. But down here, it shows my vendor part number of 88-2100 by 3100E. And I will go back to our manufacturer's cross-reference. Another feature that is built into this is the product structure. Sometimes you want to compare your manufacturer's cross-references to your actual product structure. So I can go in here and I can select product, a part with source code of B cannot have a product structure. Okay. The purpose of the product structure is for subcontract parts and subcontract parts. So if you're sending a part out that's subcontract and has you have multiple vendors for a subcontract part, and you want to see where that subcontract part belongs and what product structure belongs to that subcontract part, you can see it here in the product structure. So that is today's tutorial of the manufacturer's cross-reference maintenance screen. If you have any questions, please feel welcome to call me. My name's Jeff Weeks with WSS. My number is 1-800-617-8416. Thank you.